Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Okay, so today we're diving into a tool you probably already use, the Blockchain Explorer, but we're totally optimizing how you use it by taking it into a sandbox environment. If you've ever wanted to test out smart contracts or complex workflows without risking a single real-world dime, well, you are absolutely in the right place.
All right, let's dive into this and quickly outline our roadmap so we can break this whole intimidating topic into clear, bite-sized pieces. First, we'll cover what a blockchain explorer actually is. Then, the magic of a sandbox. Third, navigating the key components. Fourth, the transaction lifecycle. 5, your very first sandbox exercise. And finally, number 6, best practices.
Section 1. What is a blockchain explorer? The search engine for Web3.
At its core, you can just think of an explorer as a search engine, but specifically built for blockchain networks. Unlike traditional siloed databases that are locked away behind massive corporate firewalls, this tool lets literally anyone inspect publicly recorded data, and you can do it in real time. It's pretty amazing. You can instantly pull up transaction details, check account balances, monitor those pesky gas fees, and even dive deep into smart contracts right from your everyday web browser.
Moving on to Section 2, the magic of a sandbox, zero-risk learning.
So here is the deal. A mainnet blockchain uses real cryptocurrency. That means every single click carries actual financial weight and, of course, risk. But a sandbox explorer, that operates entirely on test networks. It uses test tokens that have absolutely zero monetary value. It is the ultimate zero-risk learning playground. In a sandbox, when you make a mistake, and trust me, you will, we all do, it actually becomes a valuable learning experience rather than a hugely costly error. You can safely practice your workflows, you can poke at smart contracts and debug applications way before you ever deploy them to the mainnet.
Section 3, navigating the key components, exploring the interface. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how it acts as our ultimate jargon buster. We're going to translate these scary blockchain terms into simple definitions. A block just holds confirmed transactions. A wallet address, that's basically your public routing number to send and receive assets. Block height is simply a block's position in the chain. Smart contracts are just pieces of self-executing code, and validators are the ones confirming all the network activity. So let's zoom in a bit closer at two of the most critical elements you'll be querying. First up is the transaction hash, or TXID. You can essentially think of this as your digital receipt. It is a completely unique identifier for one specific transaction. Pasting this unique string directly into the search bar is, without a doubt, the absolute fastest way to track a transfer status and verify exactly who the sender and receiver are. Next is gas. Yeah, everyone's favorite topic, right? Gas is simply the computational cost required to process your transaction on the blockchain. If you want the network to do the heavy lifting of processing your data or executing a contract for you, you gotta pay the toll. And that network fee, that's your gas. Now, when you drill down into a specific block, you are hit with an absolute wealth of data. You get the exact timestamp, you see the validator, the total gas used, and the parent block. Following these blocks sequentially is exactly how you can visualize the actual architecture of the chain as it grows and connects over time. It's like watching a giant puzzle put itself together. Okay, so when you pull up a wallet page, you're getting a full dashboard of that specific account. You'll see the current balance, every single piece of its transaction history, tokens owned, any NFT holdings if the network supports them, and smart contract interactions. But wait, here's an absolutely crucial takeaway. While every single transaction associated with this address is completely publicly visible for the whole world to analyze, the personal identity of the human being actually holding the wallet, that remains completely hidden. Section 4. The transaction lifecycle. Stages of a transfer. And this brilliantly illustrates the chronological journey of a transaction. Because when you hit send, your crypto doesn't just instantly teleport to the receiver. First, it starts as pending, basically just waiting in line in what's called the mempool. Second, it gets included in a newly minted block. Third, it becomes confirmed, which means the network has officially accepted it. And finally, on a lot of blockchains, it becomes finalized, meaning it's considered entirely irreversible. Actually watching this progression unfold in the sandbox totally takes the anxiety out of staring at a pending screen. It really helps you confidently understand how network validation works in real time.
Section 5. Your first sandbox exercise. Learning by doing.
Let's move to a quick playbook and see how this builds into actionable steps you can follow right now. Once you manage to grab some test tokens from a sandbox faucet, here's what you do. Step 1. Copy your public wallet address. Step 2. Paste it straight into the Explorer's search bar. Step 3. Locate and view that incoming transaction in your history. And Step 4. Click the hash itself to verify the sender, the recipient, and the gas fee you paid. Honestly, just run this loop a few times to build up that muscle memory for navigating on-chain data. It gets super intuitive very quickly.
Section 6. Best Practices. Safe Exploration.
So, the crucial point here is to treat this checklist as your golden rulebook for navigating Web3 safely. Even in a sandbox, you want to build good security hygiene. So always double-check wallet addresses before sending any assets. Make a solid habit of verifying your transaction statuses, learn how to quickly spot and identify transaction hashes on the fly. And the biggest, most important golden rule, never ever share your wallet's private keys or seed phrases. Remember, explorers only need your public data to do their job.
Using a Sandbox Explorer is absolutely not just a beginner's trick. It's a foundational Web3 skill for tracking workflows and deeply inspecting contracts with literally zero risk. Mastering this is a real game changer. So the only thing left to ask is, are you ready to explore Web3 safely? Fire up a test network, get your hands on some test tokens, and see what you can break in the Sandbox today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy exploring!